The only thing I could think of is somebody by accident mixed the two products, but it didn't feel like it. It smelled like the right stuff. It felt like the right stuff. No. Really weird.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Let's give it a few minutes for Harris to get in because I think our Zoom was not allowing him to basically start it at all. So I had to get in and now I have to wait for him to get in and I will then make him the host. So give him just a few more minutes. I'm so sorry that this started so late. Excuse me. Let's see if he gets in. Okay, here he is. Hi, Harris. Was that it? Did that work?
Yeah, I'm able to get in. Thank you.
Can you hear me, Harris?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Just made you host, FYI. So you should be go.
Hi, so is now a good time to get started or should I wait a little bit?
I think we could get started
Okay,
because
cool. Yeah, let's get
some
started.
people, no problem. Okay.
Well, as a quick preface, I unfortunately very recently came down with COVID, and that's why my voice is garbage. So I'm going to be sucking on some cough drops and drinking a bunch of water, but I should be good. Have you gotten like some background on what this session is going to be about?
I don't know that we've gotten on a.
Okay.
I have had the opportunity to use Talk Hire, so I have a little bit of familiarity with
Cool.
it. as a coach, listening to other people, other people's recordings, but I don't know what the other people's experience is with it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So I'll give you a little info about the mock interviewing tool. But I also wanted to share a new product that we've been working on that will also be really helpful to you all. So first, just to, do a little icebreaker, get everyone a little excited. Put a +1 in the chat if job interviews make you nervous. If they don't, that's fine. Okay. So we're at 2 out of 3. We've seen that across, we've conducted now over 30,000 mock interviews. And across that data set, over 80% of people get nervous by job interviews, either before the interview or during the interview. Super common. But one of the benefits of interview prep and mock interviews is to get more comfortable and to have fewer nerves and all that sort of stuff. So what our mock interviewing tool is it's a fully automated interview practice option. So between the last cohort and this cohort, we've added a lot more questions. Now we're at over 800 different interview questions. Lots of different industries covered, general interview question sets. We also have background specific question sets. So like if you have employment gaps that an employer might ask about, you can do mock interviews about that. If you want to do informational interviews, you can do mock interviews on that. Each mock interview is quick. It's 5 questions. Takes about 10 minutes. Just depends how long you want to talk for. And the mock interviews can be conducted many different ways. You can do it over the phone, like a phone call. You can do it through a web browser, and on a web browser, you could do video or audio only. And then at the end of each mock interview, we send over completely automated feedback as well as your recordings so that you can continue to improve and get better and gain confidence. We've seen that across, we did a little over 18,000 mock interviews last year. And we saw almost 75% improvement when we compared the first answer to someone's last answer. It was like 74.6%. But you should see a significant amount of improvement if you repeat the same questions multiple times, reflect on what you said and how you could do better, and then go and do it again. We know that video can be a little more intimidating than audio only, and it's also just it's easier not to have staring at yourself and thinking about what to say. So a lot of people prefer to start practicing audio only, either through a phone call or through a web browser, and then go into video, but it's completely up to you. Sorry about this distracting cough drop. But I'll walk through what the feedback looks like really quickly. And then I want to talk about the other product that I'm going to talk through. And then, I'll hang out on the Zoom and see what kinds of questions you have, what sort of feedback you have, all that sort of stuff. So let me show you how to do a mock interview.
Harris, I think we have a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry if this is interrupting your train of thought. I just wondered if you, with your mock interviews, and your success sounds phenomenal, as Mecca said in the chat. Are there different levels of questions, or are all of the interviews kind of geared toward, first-time employees or elementary
Mhm.
level?
So how we think about it is more in terms of job title. So if you're going for, I don't know, like a nurse or a doctor job, that will require more experience, and you won't be as entry level as a retail job or something like that. But we don't have like beginner, intermediate, advanced, because honestly, a lot of even senior level interviews are the same. They're just looking for different things.
That's true.
So thought about that. We've gotten that question a few times, but I'm not really sure how we could make an interview harder necessarily. It's really just the more senior it is, probably the more questions you're going to get, the more rounds of interviews you're going to get, and like the more detail you're going to have to share. But the questions are usually pretty similar. Okay. So let me share my screen. So here's what the interview feedback looks like. And so you go through a mock interview. Within like, I don't know, 15 to 30 seconds or so, you'll get this complete feedback report auto-generated. And so we'll show you the questions that you were asked, specific tips and things to think about and reflect on that pertain to the question that you're asked. So right now we have 860 different interview questions, and each one has its own specific thing to reflect on to improve the content of your answer. And then we have 10 dimensions of automated feedback. So this we consider as one of the dimensions. And then the other 9 dimensions are over here. So we'll report on the PAR method, problem, action, result. If you're answering a behavioral interview question, tell me about a time when whatever, you overcame an obstacle, worked with a difficult teammate. It's really important that you talk about a specific problem that you faced, action that you took, and result of that action. A lot of people, will talk in generalities and won't talk in specifics, and the employer really wants to hear the specifics. And so we'll report on if you're actually doing that and which parts you're missing. Rambling, talking about multiple disparate examples. I am, a lot of time at fault of rambling. But it's just a common challenge when answering an interview question, as well as the opposite, missing supporting examples and not having any specific details in your answer. And then on the presentation side, we'll report on pace, volume, filler words, pauses, duration, and tone. So these 9 plus this makes 10. And so you can, scroll through and see, like, here, tell me about a time when I overcame an obstacle. I'll have a specific tip on this. We're reporting on the PAR method here. And I can see, how to improve my score the next time. Pretty simple. We try to emulate what, a mock interview rubric would probably look like. Oh, I'm actually not logged into the right account, but if I was logged in, I could also see my progress over time. Oh, I guess I am logged in. So I can see my progress over time, see how I'm improving, declining, jump into any one of my mock interviews that I've done. And these are all demos. I'm not practicing that often. And so when you want to go in and do mock interviews, the most important thing to remember is you go to talkhiring.com. There's this big start interview button at the top right. If you click it, then it will ask for a code. And your class code is this, which I'll put in the chat right now. So, so, when you go here and you enter this code, then you'll be tagged as coming from Steps to Success, and you can go in and do as many mock interviews as you want. And that's really all there is to it. Just, write down that code. After you've done one set of mock interviews, you don't even have to remember that code necessarily. You could just enter your email address here and we'll email you the code that you used. So it's really critical for that first round. But after that, you can just click the start interview button and go and do a lot of mock interviews. I usually recommend at least 5 mock interviews, just because that way you can do some general question sets and some industry specific or background specific question sets. And especially if you want to do the same set of questions at least twice, you'll easily get to 5. There was one participant that will remain nameless who did 100 mock interviews in the STEPS program. So you can do as many as you want. 100 is the high score. I think she did one like every morning. But we hope that you do a ton of mock interviews and improve your interviewing skills a bunch. So, are there any questions before I jump over to the other product? You can also ask questions after, whatever's best. Okay. So this other thing is much newer, but I'm very excited about it. Actually, here, let me do it here. Okay. So for the past year, I've been building out a new product that does 2 things in one. Part 1 of it is it gives job seekers money, cash back, for simply applying to jobs. As long as you're applying for, jobs that you're a fit for and not just applying for the money. And there are a lot of ways that we have a lot of automated systems to detect when people are just doing it for the money. You can earn, a decent amount of money here. I've from some testing, I've earned $18.91. But each job has a different amount of cash back that you can earn for just applying. You don't have to get an interview. You don't have to get anywhere in the hiring process. We just know that applying to jobs takes so much time and you don't get any money for it. And meanwhile, these employers are paying lots of money to Indeed and ZipRecruiter and LinkedIn and whatever. And this way we can funnel some of that money to you. So that's part 1 of the product. And then part 2 is, as you are applying for jobs, we also are helping you track them to know like where you've applied and where you are in the hiring process. So you can see how many jobs you're applying for per day. This would be a graph if I was actively job searching. And I can see like who the employer is, what the role was, open up the job posting if I wanted to. And it's just a nice lightweight way to keep track of all the applications that you're probably going to be submitting very soon. So
Harris,
yeah.
I've got 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the money come from?
Sure.
And the second question is, who has access to the job seeking information?
So the money comes 100% from the employers. So how do I describe this? How Indeed makes money is they'll charge an employer some amount of money every time that you click on one of the jobs or apply to one of the jobs, depending on how the employer wants to pay. And we don't work with Indeed directly, but we work with some similar, we work with Indeed indirectly, but we work with ZipRecruiter directly, LinkedIn directly. and then other aggregators that feed jobs to all of those platforms. And so they will tell us, like, if someone clicks on this job, the employer will pay you 49 cents or whatever it is. And so then we can funnel that money to you. And, depending on if it's a CPC, cost per click, or a cost per applicant, that's how we know how much to send your way. But that's essentially what's happening. We don't pay people though for just clicking on jobs, because there's no value to the employer for doing that. But if you're actually applying for the job, we track your payments here, and then once a day we send the money over via ACH. What was the other question?
Who has access to the job seeking information? The
Oh,
town.
you mean this page?
Mhm.
So how this is structured is the people who have access to this page are you, whoever's account this is. So me, I have access, as well as the coaches. Actually, I don't even think Willa has set this up. So depending on whether this gets set up, it'll either be just you or you and the coaches at Steps to Success who would have access to your job search stats.
But not potential employers.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No. It's just for, this is open to anyone to use. But we also have some additional features for job training programs so that they can also get a sense of, where participants are applying and how they're doing in their job search. I can also do a quick show and tell with some job titles. I don't know, what's about a job title, something that you're looking for? Okay. Agile coach. I actually don't even know what is an agile. Oh, you mean like like a Scrum coach? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's try that out. I've never searched that before. Yeah, okay. So let's see. I'll probably want to do this. Yeah, we'll see what comes up. What would be a good zip code? Oh, there's also Scrum. So it also will, recommend similar kinds of job titles. I'll do this one. It's sort of near you. 07960. I'll do that one. Let's see what we get. Yeah, this one's not a great job search. We probably don't have enough agile coach jobs. I don't know, what's another like more broad? Scrum Master is probably also not going to be great. I'll see. Yeah. This is not perfect. Business Operations Manager. I mean, here's one. But like we only have 30 jobs. But I mean, I can still show you. So like this one, Agile Scrum Master in Summit, New Jersey. So we'll give you, a quick summary of what is required. This one pays like a moderate amount, 27 points, which 1 point is 1 cent. So this would be 27 cents. I was looking earlier at other roles like office manager, I think I looked up. And there were some jobs that paid like, here, this one pays like $11, $3.37. So it depends essentially on how desperate the employer is, or like how much are they willing to pay to find someone. So some jobs will pay 10 cents, some will pay 50 cents, some will pay a few dollars, some will pay $10+. It really is all over the board, but if you want to use it, the site we're working on putting it on our homepage, because right now it's not super easy to get to. But that's talkhiring.com/jobs. Data analyst I can look at. Cool. See what we got here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should probably here. Let me do it on incognito just so that I can search, because so what we do is we're making sure that you have the relevant certifications. Because otherwise people could just apply for whatever truck driver, because the world is always desperate for truck drivers, but not actually have like a CDL license. Here, let me look this up. 07960. Cool. So let's see if I'm logged out, what kind of jobs. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we have a bunch here. Business systems analyst. It's not like exactly a data analyst, but these are similar. Okay. So, oh, I realized I wasn't even sharing my screen there. Sorry. So any immediate questions? Otherwise, I would recommend that you all just go off and do some mock interviews. Let me put the mock interview instructions in the chat again. So it's talkhiring.com/practice, or code is this. Cool. So those are the instructions for mock interviews, and for the job search, it's talkhiring.com/jobs. I'll also leave my email address in case you all have any, questions, feedback, anything. But I'll hang out for a little bit, see what kind of things pop up. But thank you for having me. Good luck with everything.
Harris, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Thank you for this. And it is, the second component is very exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I am intrigued. Does the program actually score you immediately?
The mock interviewing tool?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're doing is, let's say that you answer all 5 questions in the mock interview. After every answer, so you're asked the first question, you answer it, and then we take the recording and we're scoring that recording while you're still doing the interview. So then when you're doing the second question, we've now scored the answer to the first question. And so by the time you get to the last question, we only have 1, maybe 2 questions to score. And so when we answer the last question, we'll have all the feedback generated within seconds. It's like 15-ish seconds. It really depends on how long you talk for, essentially. The longer you talk, the longer it takes us to transcribe it and understand what you said. It's fully automated, but it takes seconds. It's not like a long process.
Okay. And I think I heard you say there are over 200 questions.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
So actually, I'm trying to think, what is the best way to show this? I don't love sharing job seekers the list of questions, because then it's not a great mock interview. Let me try this.
That's okay. So the
Um,
questions, do we get to choose which questions we want to answer?
Yeah, so when you're choosing when you're starting the interview, Can you see this drop down like that I just opened? Okay, so
Yes.
we have overall categories and then subcategories. So like in, I don't know, what do you want me to choose? Business and admin. We have a bunch of different subcategories. So these are all different question sets. Or inside of general interview questions, we have 7 different sets. These ones require past work experience. So yeah, you can go and do whatever kind of questions you want to do.
I like that you have the informational interview there. That's cool.
Yeah, we have 3 different informational interview question sets.
Could you click on the drop down again, please?
Mhm.
Okay. And could you go into business and admin, please?
Mhm.
Okay, so I do see accountant. All right, I'm good there.
Yeah, what kind of roles are you looking for? Accountant, also data analyst, right?
I was just throwing that out there. Yeah, no.
Okay, because we also have business and admin, like the line between tech and non-tech is super blurred. So we also have a lot of things in tech that like could be in business, like account executive, account manager.
Hi, this is Elizabeth. I have a question.
Sure.
How about, I'm in pharmaceutical, so how would I search for pharmaceutical?
So like what would the job title be?
Drug safety?
Mm,
I
Yeah,
didn't
we
see
don't.
anything, I didn't see anything in the selection there.
Yeah, I don't think we would have anything perfect for that. We should though. Wait, where was, yeah, so in the healthcare, like we don't really, I guess we don't, we have pharmacists, but not like pharmaceutical safety. I would probably then just do some general interview question sets, which you'll probably get anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
And when you're starting your mock interview, you can choose how you want to do the mock interview. So, you can do it on a cell phone, as I said, you could do video, audio, you could use a landline, whatever you want.
Hello, my name is Shelby, and I'm sorry I was working late, and I'm just able to join. Is this what we're talking about right now? Is this something that you sent to us, or is this a website that we go to?
Oh, yeah, it's a website. I put the instructions in the chat, but are you able to see prior chat history or no?
Let's see, let me go to the chat. And of course I cannot see prior. Let's see.
Cool. I'll just paste it again.
Okay, I think maybe because the recording is on. So, okay. And, ooh.
So
Thank
that's
you.
really all you have to know.
And we can do this as many times, or?
Yeah, do it as much as you want. I was telling the others that during one cohort, one of these steps cohorts, one of the participants did over 100 mock interviews. So that is the high score. You don't have to do 100, but I would recommend at least 5.
Shelby, what would your area be if you were asking for certain questions? What type of work?
Training and development, marketing,
Cool.
insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Nice.
seems like those are categories that you would have, right, Harris?
Yeah, we have a bunch of those. And
Oh,
yeah, you
joy. Oh,
Yeah.
joy.
It's really, the nice thing about these mock interviews is they're the lowest stakes things possible. You're not talking to a human, no one's judging you. It's totally fine. It's just for your own practice.
The computer's judging you.
I know, but I mean, who cares? It's no, a human is way more scary, I think.
Yeah, humans are scary.
Mhm.
Humans are scary. And I'm glad I'll be able to access the recording. Are we supposed to go on the site now or?
Yes, if you want. No, okay. I don't know.
Well, no, I was just saying you don't have to go on it now.
Okay. I would rather listen to the rest of the webinar and then do
Well,
this
I'm
later.
done. I mean, I don't have anything else to share. Usually we just, I introduce Talk Hiring. We, answer any questions, then go off and do some interviews or
Okay,
play around with things, and then, ask any questions, reconvene. But it is hard to do a video mock interview while you're also on Zoom. So if you have any issues
Mhm.
doing that, you could just do a phone call mock interview.
okay.
Cool.
No, unless you have two computers, then you can do the mock
Right.
interview.
Yeah. Unless you have two
Okay.
computers.
Okay,
Nice.
and,
Well, I'll throw my email in the chat also, just so that you have it.
okay.
But yeah, that's really all there is.
In Harris Osherman.
She needs the code to get in, right? That you gave us at the beginning, that
Oh yeah, I
8K.
put that back in the chat.
Is that the 8K number?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, and we can use this code as many times. Now,
Right.
is it 30 days or 60 days, or we can just continue to use it until we find a job?
Yeah, you can keep using it. There's no end. We've had people use it like a year after. It's fine.
Wonderful. And of course, this probably was already done. Cool. Let me do this again. Harris, okay. At Talk Hiring. Okay. And Harris, is this your business that you
Mhm.
started?
Yeah, I met Willa at a job fair a few years ago. And we've been
And
doing this ever since.
so how, you just saw that there was a need and
Yeah.
you created this program, or?
hmm
It's very cool.
I've been
Talk
working on
about
it for like 4
entrepreneur.
years. It's been a labor of love.
So that picture in your background is, I know you're not in a room with all those
Mm-mm.
tapes, but does that represent the amount of work you've done?
Possibly, yeah.
So we're fortunate that we can use this for free, but I'm sure so if you wanted to refer somebody, you would just have them contact you through this email?
Yeah, sure. If you want to. You mean what do you mean? Like refer a job seeker to use this?
Mm-hmm.
This
This
yeah,
is work product. It's not like I would just give it to someone else.
we the challenge is we don't really have a great like direct to job seeker offering. I really
Okay.
focus more on the like working with job training programs, career focused organizations.
Okay.
So
Don't do it.
it's probably not worth the effort. Yeah.
Don't do it. Okay. Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, you have my email. Good luck with
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Thank you for, for having me, and hope this is useful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this would
cool.
be very useful because since I'm so late, I actually own my own business right now. And I'm ready to just not do it anymore. So I'm looking to do something else. So I haven't
Mhm.
interviewed in 17 years.
Okay, so perfect.
So this is going to be a lovely tool for me.
Nice.
Lovely
Yeah,
for
so
5
shoot for
days.
like 5 to 10 mock interviews and you'll feel a lot more comfortable. And I mean, you can do as many as you want, but 5 to 10 should be like a good number to start with.
Okay.
Nice.
All
Cool.
right, Harris.
Well,
Thank you
thank
very
you,
much.
everyone.
Thank you
Have a good
again, and
evening.
again, feel
Yeah.
better.
Yes,
Thank
be
you.
well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.